I believe in anarcho-capitalism. That's a system based completely on capitalism with no government whatsoever. Now, here's a common misconception. Everybody that hears about anarcho-capitalists, they think we want to get rid of police. No, we want to privatize police.
Well, here's the thing, Mr. Dapperton. If you get rid of the government, you kinda get rid of police and the force that they have. When you talk about police in an anarcho-capitalist society, you're talking about security guards. You're not talking about police because police have the backing of the law.
What the hell do you mean in anarcho-capitalism there's no laws to enforce? There's natural law and the non-aggression principle.
Prison. Police have the power to arrest you and take you to jail. Your security guards in your anarcho-capitalist society do not have this power. They're limp dick cops. They can't do shit. They can't initiate force against me. So if I'm not doing anything that's violent towards them, they have absolutely no right under the non-aggression principle to do a damn thing to me.
Wait, are you serious? You actually believe that private security can't defend people on others' behalf? You think that private security can only protect themselves? What the hell are you talking about? Okay, so imagine a mall today, and somebody attacks an innocent person at the mall. Do you think the private security is going to be like, oh, well, you know, he's not attacking me, so I can't do shit? That's not how fucking private security works, dude.
Who pays for the private security? Let's say in a neighborhood. Who's going to pay for this private security? You're going to say, oh, well, people are just going to volunteer. They're just going to hand over their money to be guarded by the security, right? Wrong. I'd be the guy in the town who doesn't pay for the fucking security. And then guess what? Because I'm not under contract with those security guards, do you think they're going to put in the extra effort to protect someone who doesn't pay for it? No, dude. What about being protected outside the jurisdictions of these towns where there is no security guards under contract? That's the point of the government, is that they protect the whole land. In your freaking anarcho-capitalist society, there's going to be different jurisdictions and different laws in each fucking town. So we're at a mall, right? And when we're on the mall's property, we're on the mall's land, you see, because there is no land such as the United States. Everything is divided up into separate factions. So this mall is going to be one faction all in itself, meaning they're going to have their own security guards and law and prisons, right? All on this land. Because if they arrest someone, where do they send them? They're going to send them to the local prison. Could you explain to me how prison systems work? What laws you get sent to prison for? Could you explain anything other than surface level shit and then call me fucking stupid? What about when you're 5 security guards, 3 security guards? How many security guards are you going to have at a mall again, Mr. Dapperton? Hell, let's say there's 5 security guards, okay? 5 of them. Now, the thing about the cops is when you defeat the first batch of cops, guess what? More are coming, you fucking idiot. This is my whole fucking point. If you take over a mall, guess what? That mall is now yours. All you had to do was get past 5 fucking security guards. Because if you get past the 5 cops that actually are cops of the United States of America, guess who's coming in after you get through the first batch of cops? SWAT's coming. Guess what happens when you get past SWAT, Mr. Dapperton? The U.S. military is coming. So pretty much you're saying wherever I am, all I have to do is get past 1 level of security guards. That's it? And then everything in that goddamn mall is mine? What about in a neighborhood? What if I go live out in the fucking woods somewhere? I'm gonna have to pay for private security, aren't I? What if I go into a town and everyone's paying into a pool for private security, but I don't want to? Or there's some people who want to live in the town but don't want to pay for the security. Is the private security gonna protect the people that don't pay for it? Are they gonna go out of their way to use their resources and time to protect people that aren't paying for it? This is my point. With the police, with the United States Police, they do protect everyone. Oh, can I see if you're under contract with us first before I save your fucking ass and stop your ass from getting beat? Do you think that everywhere you go all across America, you're gonna have gated communities where everyone pays their fucking share? Is this what you see America being in an anarcho-capitalist society? Because if you do, you have the reasoning skills of a goldfish.
They can arrest anybody that's a threat to anybody. okay? And when they do arrest people in anarcho-capitalism, they can throw them in prisons. Prisons will exist. They're just privatized, and they're only used for people that are actually violent, people that are actually, hurting people, people that are an immediate threat, people that are trying to exploit children sexually, people that are trying to rape people. Those are the people that prisons are made for. 80% of people in the United States that are in prison are in there for victimless crimes. There's no fucking victim. If there's no victim, there's no crime. Okay? People shouldn't be locked away for smoking a plant. People shouldn't be locked away for collecting rainwater. In some states, it's illegal to have anal sex. It's illegal to have oral sex. In some states, it's illegal to sleep fucking naked. Okay? Cops shouldn't be able to imprison you and jail you for that bullshit, okay? They should only be able to jail you if you're an immediate threat. And to you, oh, well, that's not real cops. Cops are supposed to, imprison you for whatever the hell they want. If they can't do that, they're not real cops. That's not how it fucking works, buddy.
What about watching child porn inside the comfort of your own house? You're not hurting anyone right then and there by watching child porn, are you? No, you're not. But there was still a child being hurt in the making of that child porn, and guess what you're doing by watching it? You're allowing it to keep going. You're allowing for them to continue to get raped because there wouldn't be a consumer without you. Are you saying as long as there's not a victim on the floor dead, then there's no fucking crime? People can do whatever they want in society. They can go around shooting guns past people's heads, but as long as that gun never actually hits the person in the fucking head, a crime was never committed. Is that what you're saying? What about selling meth? What about speeding 100 miles per hour? What about collecting hazardous materials to make a bomb? Are those things crimes? Because it seems to me they're not crimes in your society. Seems to me if you're not hurting anyone else directly, then you can go on doing whatever you want. Now, that seems like we run into lots of problems, but you kind of want to skate past it and pretend like it's not a problem. And you want all your viewers to say, oh, look, if there's no victim, there's no crime. That makes a lot of sense, right? Right. No, it doesn't. Because there are things that are crimes without actual victims. We don't allow people to do certain things because those actions lead to crimes. So we try to prevent crime. Yes, there is a thing called trying to prevent crimes from happening. All your society does is throw people in jail who have already killed 150 people. It does nothing to prevent it. So there is no misconception. The misconception is on your part. We say that there would be no police because there would be no actual police that could do anything. Sure, there would be security and you could hire private security, but that is not the same as the police.
You know what? You're right. In anarcho-capitalism, police are different because they're better. They're a lot better.
We want the free market to handle it. We think competition will lead to better policing and cheaper prices.
How is competition in an anarcho-capitalist society gonna lead to better policing? This makes absolutely no sense. The only reason police work is because they have the backing of the law and prison. Your security guards can't do shit to me unless I directly attack those security guards.
That might actually be the dumbest thing I have ever heard in my life. So you actually believe when you go to a bank or you go to the mall and you see private security, you actually believe that they can only protect themselves and that they cannot protect the people around them. That's not how it works, you idiot. They can protect people on other people's behalf. You actually might be the dumbest person that has ever responded to me.
And guess what private security doesn't do? It doesn't patrol out in the bumfuck middle of nowhere, does it? With houses out there that are spaced really far apart, when crimes happen out there, what jurisdiction does private security, when it's protecting a neighborhood in town, to drive all the way out in the middle of the night to go stop a robbery or murder from happening out in the middle of nowhere where this person doesn't pay for private security? Guess what? That person's fucked. Guess what? Pretty much anybody who doesn't live in a town with private security is fucked. You maybe want to bring this up? Nah. Let's not bring up a huge dagger to the heart of your argument. Let's just kind of skate by it, right? No, you're safer if you lived in these armed and guarded communities, right? There's gonna be people like Negan walking around outside of these communities is what he doesn't fucking tell you. They don't have the right to interfere with me doing shit to another person.
Imagine that there's private security at a bank and somebody tries to rob the bank. He's saying that the private security just has to sit there and watch. Hell, they might as well just help with the bags and help them carry the money to the car.
They do not have the right to defend people unless they're under some sort of contract with them. And not everybody can afford a fucking private security guard.
That's not how private security works either. Have you ever been to a mall or a bank and had private security walk up to you and be like, hey, would you like to pay for this protection plan? No, the owner pays for it and they protect everybody that comes in as a customer. Okay? The customer doesn't have to pay shit for protection. That's not how private security fucking works, dude. Also, if you were to have private security at let's just say where you live, okay? That would be paid for by the homeowners association. People that visit your fucking house or people that just come into your neighborhood, they don't have to pay for private security. The owners pay for it, okay? You don't know how private security works.
In your anarcho-capitalist society, once a group of thugs gets through your first line of defense, it's all over. And that's what would be happening all across an anarcho-capitalist society, is that groups of thugs would be going around town to town taking over these small industrial complexes, these small guarded areas with these little bitch-ass security guards with what? Their ARs? You think a couple guys with guns is gonna stop criminals? You're retarded. You really do not understand the weight of this. You truly do not understand that you're out of your depth, that you have no idea what the actual problems are and what would occur inside the society. If the people knew it was security and they knew that there was going to be no cops coming for backup, then they would rob the shit out of that neighborhood.
Again, the fucking criminals don't care if the fucking police officers are from the private sector or the public sector. They don't give a shit. They're not trying to get political. They just don't want to get shot.
Then your next question is, well, who will create the law? There's something called natural law. It's basically the shit you see in the Constitution. Private courts would simply enforce that.
Oh wow, thanks for clearing that up. And I thought that our judicial system was super complicated and had lots of ins and outs and you...
Yeah, laws are too complicated and there's too many in America. Are you fucking kidding me? Just for businesses, there's 80,000 pages of laws for them to obey. That's just for businesses. Imagine how many laws there are for you as an individual. There's a fuck ton. Okay, there's way too many. Are you kidding me? Yeah, laws should be simplified. Laws should be down to natural rights and the non-aggression principle. The only things that should be illegal are if you're hurting somebody else, okay? Victimless crimes should no longer be illegal. You're saying, oh, well, victimless crimes should be illegal. Dude, are you fucking kidding me? As I said before, oral sex is illegal in some states. Anal sex is illegal in some states. There's a state where every fucking sexual position besides missionary is illegal. Sleeping naked is illegal in some states. Flirting is illegal in some states.
Dude, Dapperton, they're not gonna arrest anybody for flirting, man. Do you think they're actually looking at this law book and gonna go fucking arrest someone wherever this is a law? No, they're not. So why are you bringing it up like it's a fucking argument? Like we live inside of a country where they have so many laws that we can't even flirt. It's fucking stupid. You couldn't just say, obey natural law. I thought that's why we wrote out laws and bills and we voted on things and passed them. Mr. Dapperton's solution is just use natural law in the court system. You can't send anybody to jail, but you can penalize them with natural law.
Okay, dude, I want to freaking privatize courts. I want to privatize police. I want to privatize education. I want to privatize roads. But for some reason, you came up, I don't know where you got this from, but you don't think I want to privatize fucking prisons. I do, okay? Prisons, the police, the laws, okay? They are natural laws. They are the non-aggression principle. Basically, you can't hurt people. Those should be the only things that stop you from being able to live your life, okay?
And yes, we should be arresting people for victimless crimes. We shouldn't allow people to build bombs in their house or have fucking dangerous materials or fucking cook meth and sell it to little fucking children or just shoot fucking guns in the streets, and as long as they don't fucking hit someone in the head, then they don't go to jail. Yes, there are reasons and there are times to put people in jail to prevent further crime, you fucking idiot, but the thing is, you don't know about any of this shit. You live in some fairy tale world where you think the free market works everything out and it stops all corruption. You live in this ex machinima world where all the problems that I bring up are simply solved by your society. It's not solved by you thinking through it and giving solutions to it. You just say, no, the free market solves it, and look at how much of an idiot you are.
If you fucking rape somebody, if you're a predator to a child, if you hurt somebody, if you rob people, those are the only things that should send you away to prison. Those are the only things that should be penalized in court. Okay, again, none of this shit where it's like where your fucking rights end, where your neighbor's feelings or your fellow man's feelings begin. You should be able to do you as long as you don't hurt anybody else.
But that's not what you're saying. You're saying we need laws pretty much thrown out the fucking window. And this whole thing that you keep maintaining that there's laws, who is going to make the laws in your society? There is no government. So what do you mean that there's going to be laws? What there's going to be is that there's going to be rules from town to town. Whenever security guards change, whenever the people change in that town, then the rules are going to change and what you can get in trouble for. But there are no fucking laws. What is a law in one town like murder? There may not be a law in another town like murder. There might actually be a murder town or a rape town. Just don't go to that town, right? There's going to be no unification among the civilians or people. That's what the fucking government is. You say there's laws without saying what laws there would be or how they would be universalized, because that's what a government does.